Just days before the visit of the French president here in Delhi later this month, India's biggest arms deal in history with the jets in sight. This is well ahead of Emmanuel Macron's visit. India is likely to clear the deal for 114 Rafale jets. According to the plan, is to manufacture 18% of the jets domestically. Out of the 114, 18 aircrafts will be brought in. My colleague Shivaru has the details.
This would literally be the biggest ever single arms deal that India has ever signed. The French President Emmanuel Macron is arriving in India this weekend for the AI summit, and that's why the Indian government has kicked into gear, and a deal for 114 Rafale fighters worth approximately 3.25 lakh crore, a staggering, eye-watering number. That deal is set to be cleared at the Ministry of Defence level, after which there will be commercial negotiations. But if it is cleared at the MOD level, it is something to announce, something that will be in the press just before Macron arrives, and therefore both the countries can actually flex over that. It's a sweetener as far as the relationship is concerned. A huge deal, obviously, but the interesting part about this Rafale deal is that while a handful of these fighters, 114 in all, will be manufactured in France and then flown to India, approximately 100 of them will be built here in India, with a strategic partnership with an Indian company. Whether private or public sector is not known just yet, but it will be built here in India. The Tatas already have a partnership, to build the Rafale here in India, if it actually comes to that. But remember that the Indian Air Force already has Rafales. 36 Rafales, began delivery in 2020. Those are part of 2 squadrons right now between Ambala in Haryana and Hasimara in West Bengal. So these 2 squadrons have combat experience already, whether it was the Ladakh standoff, most notably during Operation Sindoor, when Rafale fighters were used, to conduct airstrikes deep inside Pakistan using their long-range strike weaponry. The Rafale is a very much a part of the combat frontline fleet of the Indian Air Force. But the bad news is that the Indian Air Force has for a very long time been suffering from suboptimal squadron strength. The sanctioned strength is supposed to be about 42. It currently lingers somewhere around the 30 mark, which is 12 squadrons less than it should be having. So getting these Rafales is very, very important. It'll take a long time. 114 Rafales will take more than a decade, to complete both delivery and manufacture here in India, but it will give India a kind of combat aircraft facility here for the first time for such an advanced fighter. The flip side of all of this, of course, is that a huge amount of money, will go out of India's budget and will stay committed to that project for a very long time to come, when the world has already shifted towards stealth fighters and, future air power systems like unmanned systems, etc. And while India does have those programs online as well, this is going to burn a very large hole in India's pocket, but that's the price of national security, and therefore India in many ways has bet very big on France. Remember, amidst the current geopolitical churn, it will be interesting to see how the United States reacts, because India's choosing of the Rafale comes in the face of what was understood to be a contest in which American fighters like the F-16, F-15, F-18 were already, also considered to be competitors. So how this is going to fly, no pun intended, with Trump and the Trump administration at a time when Trump has been trying to get India to sign bigger defense deals with the United States, is going to be interesting to watch. India, of course, has bought a lot of weaponry, including aircraft from the United States, but conspicuously not fighter aircraft. And therefore, it's betting very, very big on France. The Rafale has an amazing lineage. The Indian Armed Forces have operated French fighters for a very, very long time, from the 65 war, the 71 war. You've had the Mirage 2000, which continue to be in service, and now the Rafale. So this week's going to be the big one. 114 Rafale aircraft, a deal to be cleared at the MOD level. Then there will be commercial negotiations. It will have to be cleared by the Cabinet Committee on Security. But I am told on good authority by my sources in the MOD that the deal will happen this year. So some good news to announce by both countries when President Macron is in the country.